Good morning, Tyke friends and family, and welcome to our lesson on turtles. So today we're going to learn about turtles, and I will show you a box turtle and a common snapping turtle. But first, we're going to learn about their life cycle, and I'm going to read this amazing book called The Life Cycle of a Turtle. So let's see how they grow. So, day 1, an egg. A turtle begins life as an egg. And you can see right here, the female turtle has laid her eggs in some sand, which she will cover up. How many eggs do we have here? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We see 7 eggs in this picture. Ooh, I wonder what happens next. 3 months. You have a hatchling. A hatchling hatches from the egg. The hatchling slices the eggshell open with its egg tooth. And you see a little teeny tiny egg tooth right here on the end of his snout, which will actually go away as he grows. Oh, how cute. The hatchling grows, its soft shell hardens. The hatchling takes care of itself. So there is no mama turtle to take care of this baby. He takes care of himself. Ooh, at 5 months, the hatchling becomes a young turtle. The hatchling grows into a young turtle. It basks in the sun. That's because turtles are reptiles and they have to use the sun to stay warm. Adult. The young turtle becomes an adult after 4 years. Some turtles can live more than 20 years. The female turtle digs a hole. She lays 3 to 6 eggs in the hole. The female turtle covers the eggs with dirt. She leaves the eggs. The sun keeps the eggs warm. The life cycle. The eggs are the start of a new life cycle. So we started with a bunch of eggs, which became a hatchling, which became a young turtle after 5 months, and then an adult after 5 years. How interesting. So some facts about turtles. Like I said earlier, turtles are reptiles. That means their body is covered in scales or scutes, and they lay eggs. They're hatched from an egg, and they need to use the sun to keep warm. They cannot regulate their body temperature. But Miss Chrissy, those turtles don't have scales. That's right, they don't have scales. Their shells are made from scutes. And you can see in this shell right here, this little puzzle piece is a scute. It's a bony plate that grows with the turtle or the animal it's on. So a turtle, we all know, like to hide in their shell when they get scared. But they can never leave their shell. If you look real careful in here, you'll see that there are leg bones and hip bones inside the shell. And there's even some vertebrae on the top right here. And so the turtle can't leave his shell because he is actually attached to it. Look at this great big shell. Do you know what this comes from? Ooh. And look on the inside, you can actually see the vertebrae that I was talking about earlier. This is where legs would be attached. That's pretty neat. This shell is from a snapping turtle. They can get really big and they live for a very long time. So let me introduce you to my turtle friends. The first one I'm going to show you is a three-toed box turtle. And he is really got a really neat story. We had a female box turtle actually lay some eggs at the Wetlands Center, and this guy hatched out of one of those eggs. So he is not a hatchling because he's more than 3 months old. Do you remember what he is? He's a young turtle. And he's got some pretty spots on his neck. Maybe he'll stick that out and show you. Oh, there he goes. Pretty. So a box turtle, this is a three-toed box turtle, and they're called this because their bottom shell, or their plastron, actually has a hinge right here that allows them to pull in their legs and their head completely and close up almost completely into like a little box. So that's why they're called a box turtle. He's a three-toed box turtle because he has 3 toes on his back feet. So this guy actually hatched here at the Wetlands Center. He's pretty cool. He's got a neat story. And so turtles are omnivores. They like to eat plants and animals. But the animals they eat are insects. And we're going to show you just how this guy walks and eats. I think that turtles move slow, but that's not the case. They can move quickly when they want to. So I'm going to put a little mealworm down here. Oh, buddy. There, he sees it. It's always neat to watch. So these are mealworms. They love to eat mealworms. Let's see if I can get him another one. There you go. Oh. Good job. He really liked those mealworms. So the turtles here at the Wetlands Center eats a variety of lettuces, strawberries, blueberries, and mealworms, and they actually get little vitamins. Okay, so this guy is Blaze, and he has a really cool story. I got a call from the fire department from Station 1 down the street that said they had found a turtle in their bay by their fire truck. And they think that their station kitten brought him in from outside. So I went and drove down there and went to go pick up this turtle to release it at the nature center. And then I found this guy. He is so tiny. He is a hatchling. He is a hatchling turtle, and he is a common snapping turtle. He is really small, so he doesn't snap yet, but as he gets bigger, he will, and it will hurt if he does snap you. So we're going to let him get a little bit bigger before we release him at the nature center. He lives in water, and you can tell that because his feet are webbed. Box turtles don't have webbed feet. They prefer to live on land. They have some webbing in their feet, but it's really not noticeable. But this guy has paddle-like feet to help him swim in the water. So we brought him back, and the firemen said we had to name him something really cool. So we named him Blaze. And I think he likes that name. You can see his snout is long. That allows him to stick his nose right up to the edge of the water so he can breathe but keep the rest of his body submerged in the water. So we're going to give Blaze a little worm. Let's see if he'd like to have a little worm. Well, maybe. I don't think he's very hungry right now. Let's talk about if we see a turtle outside in nature, what should we do with them? Well, first of all, we should probably leave them alone. If they're moving towards something and they know where they're going. They might be trying to find a stream or the creek, but sometimes they like to cross the road. And so when you see a turtle trying to cross the road, you should always get an adult because you shouldn't play in the road, right? And let them know that you see a turtle. And you can move a turtle across the road, but the key is to move it where it's going, not back where it came from. Pick it up from behind like this and just walk it over to the edge of the road and put it down, as long as it's safe to do. We don't want anyone to get hurt trying to move a turtle across the street. If you see a turtle in your neighborhood or maybe in your yard, as long as you don't have dogs or cats, just let the turtle go. Just watch him from a safe distance and see what he does. They move surprisingly fast for turtles. So next week, we are going to learn about spiders. Ooh, spiders are really cool. And I hope to see you in person next week at the playground. Y'all have a great week.